Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it's for the TNW Pro Wrestling Championship. You heard right from the ring announcer, because it's the debut tonight of this young man, Maliotis. One half members of the Seven Deadly Sins has arrived. Maliotis making his TNW in-ring debut. No doubt about it, Maliotis, the former longest-reigning ACW Tag Team Champions in history, along with his longtime best friend, Bon, who is looking on backstage, watching this matchup unfold. No doubt about it. And speaking of Bon, we know that next week here on TNW, Bon will make his in-ring debut along with King, and that's going to be big coming up next week. No doubt about it, as Maliotis is focused and determined to take out Bass Armstrong and try to become the next TNW Pro Wrestling Champion. No doubt about it, Bass Armstrong's been on a roll here at TNW, winning both titles in a row on his resume. No doubt about it, don't forget though, Bass Armstrong is also another former ACW Tag Team Champions. But Maliotis is focused, he is determined to become champion tonight, as we have the arrival of one half of the champion, and we know that this Friday night, taking place in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at TNW Summer July, Bass Armstrong will defend the TNW Intercontinental Championship against Yami. No doubt about it, the Pharaoh with no name, and that's going to be big coming up this Friday night in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Bass Armstrong out here for a reason, defending the Pro Wrestling title gold. No doubt about it, the TNW Pro Wrestling Championship has a huge resume of champions, and some of the greatest champions of all time. No doubt about it, Ash Ketchum holds the reigning longest record as TNW Pro Wrestling Champion for 3 years. No doubt about it, the longest reigning champion in TNW's history. And the student of Colt 412, taught him where he was at today, and that is the main reason why he was the longest reigning champ of all time, one of the greatest champions you'll ever meet. No doubt about it though, Bass Armstrong already won the title and joined the resume of one of the greatest champions of all time. And speaking of Ash Ketchum, we already know that coming up next, he'll defend his TNW Wounded War Championship. No doubt about it though, on the other hand, Colt 412 is out here earlier tonight as we're coming live all the way from Portland, Oregon, because we know that today is August the 31st and it's Colt 412's grandmother's birthday. No doubt about it, well, happy birthday to her. And something tells me though, Colt 412 got really interrupted by Ricky Tenacious until Metallica was backstage. No doubt about it, James Hetfield, Lars Ulrich, and Kirk Hammett, and even Robert. No doubt about it, one of the greatest members of Metallica and one of the most legendary rock bands in history. Did sing a bit of happy birthday to Colt 412's grandmother. No doubt about it, Colt 412 made the announcement known that later on tonight in our main event, it's Ricky Tenacious versus John Cena. No doubt about it, this is already turning into an amazing show thus far. Let's go to our ring announcer for the introductions with the pro wrestling title on the line. Introducing the challenger. From 3,000 years ago, weighing in at 184 pounds, Maliotis! And introducing the champion. From New York City, weighing in at 250 pounds, he is the TNW Pro Wrestling Champion, Bass Armstrong! Well, for Bass Armstrong, I'd be careful when stepping inside the squared circle, because Maliotis is somebody you don't want to mess with. Tell me about it, though. Maliotis has already been one of the most dominating ACW Tag Team Champions in history, and held the record for the longest time in history, along with Bon. No doubt about it, making history for themselves back in ACW, and now officially signed over to the TNW roster. Here we go, referee calls the bell, our senior official, calling his job down the line as the title match is underway. Last time Bass defended his TNW Intercontinental title, he got caught into a Sister Abigail by Bray Wyatt. No doubt about it, we never thought we'd see Bray Wyatt back in a TNW ring once again. Thank goodness it wasn't the Fiend Bray Wyatt. Tell me about it. After last Sunday night at ACW Divide and Conquer in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, It looks like Colt 412's cousin, TJB, had made history for himself when taking out the Fiend Bray Wyatt by kicking out of 2 mandible claws that no one's ever done before in their careers. No doubt about it. And Maliota's picking him up now. And a Pele kick on the champ, who's still standing. Don't forget, though, Bass weighs in at 250 pounds, but Maliota's is 185 pounds. This is a David versus Goliath story right here. No doubt about it, as you can tell. Maliota's not afraid of mixing it up here with Bass Armstrong, but the champion is really going to town here on the challenger. And he launches the challenger right off the top rope there. But this is Maliota's TNW in-ring debut.
Back home in Michigan.
And we are back live here. I apologize, folks. We had to take a break. And as you can tell, though, Maliota's really having a weight here on Bass, trying to give it his all here for the TNW Pro Wrestling title on the line here. No doubt about it, the Pro Wrestling Championship. Really giving it, as right now, though, Bass the champion, the Pro Wrestling champion, really giving it his all here. As he hails all the way from New York City, Maliota's hailing all the way from 3,000 years ago. Not that bad, as you can tell, though, the championship on the line. Bass Armstrong going to resort to a super arm drag from the top rope, and that was a dangerous maneuver. Here's the cover. Is this it? No. Maliota's kicked out at 1. I thought that was it for sure. Snapmare, kick to the spine. And another massive kick to the spine. As you can tell, Maliota's in there for the back. Smart move there by the challenger. And Bass kicks out at 1. These are early kickouts, but as you can tell, these two are giving it their all here. Knowing Bass Armstrong will beat Yami, the Pharaoh with no name, this Friday night in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, with the TNW Intercontinental Championship on the line. No doubt about it here. Whoa! Maliota's gonna fly. Incoming! Oh my God! A suicide senton over the top rope by the challenger. It was risky, but it paid off. The captain of the 7 Deadly Sins giving it his all tonight, knowing what's on the line here. No doubt about it, it's all about pride and soul. As Maliota's, the former longest reigning ACW Tag Team Champions with Bond, really giving it his all here tonight. No doubt about it, his longtime best friend, who was looking on backstage, seeing this matchup unfold with the Pro Wrestling title on the line.
6.
And a loot that's pressed by Bass. Referee at a 6 count.
7.
Referee at 7. They got to get back in the ring, or the referee's going to call it here.
8.
Referee at 8. Bass needs to get in along with Maliota, so this match is going to result as a draw, and there will be no winner. There's 9. And a 10 count, and Bass retains by a count out. And whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute. Bass Armstrong trying to walk out with the Pro Wrestling title due to a count out. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. Let's go with the word with Jenny Wakeman. Let's go to our ring announcer. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. I've been informed by business partner Jenny Wakeman that this matchup has been ordered to restart under no disqualifications and no countouts. Therefore, this match will restart under sudden death rules. Well, sudden death rules. We'll be right back here, folks. The TNW Pro Wrestling title on the line. Stay with us.
That's what happens ever seen before about GGB has missing once again. It has been what happens. All friends has been saved his life to the Cyrano, and now he's been trapped in different dimension in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. With all what happens, we'll find out that the CGTP will find him, which will decide to the Rocky.
And we are back live. Referee calls the bell. Sudden death rules underway. No doubt about it. No holds barred. No disqualifications. No countouts. Well, bottom line is anything goes with the pro wrestling title on the line. No doubt about it. This time, Meliodas is not going to back down from a challenge. Bass Armstrong won the match by a countout, but there was no way. Jenny Wakeman, DNW and HW business partner, Jenny Wakeman said, no way. Restart the match. No doubt about it. No countouts. No disqualifications to ensure we have a winner tonight. And now Bass Armstrong getting all fired up and irate about the news. Well, he's still the TNW Intercontinental Champion, knowing his TNW Intercontinental Gold will be defended this Friday night against Yami, the Pharaoh with no name, and no doubt about it. Oh, I'm being told that matchup is being made under no holds barred rules. Because if we know Bass Armstrong, he'll do whatever it takes to retain his title and survive. No doubt about it, and a high-end suplex by Bass Armstrong, taking Meliodas right off his feet. And Meliodas right now in trouble. As you can tell, Bass is really going to town here. And a big right hand. And there's an arm drag takedown. That was more like an arm whip by Meliodas. No doubt about it, the captain of the Seven Deadly Sins, will be giving it his all here in this no disqualification, no countouts match to try to do whatever it takes to become the champ. And Meliodas nipped up in a clothesline, and Bass Armstrong got sent over the top rope. No doubt about it, sudden death rules, don't forget. And a scoop slam on the outside by Bass Armstrong, the 250-pounder. Bass maybe 250 pounds, Meliodas is 185 pounds. Like I pointed out earlier, this is truly a David versus Goliath story right here. And oh God, a spinning TKO on the outside. And this time there are no countouts. As you can tell, the referee this time is not counting. No, this is a sudden death rules match to ensure we have a winner right here tonight. And Bass Armstrong realizing he's got Meliodas beat on the outside. And he just realized there's no countouts this time. This is truly a game of cat and mouse at this point. Playing mind games with the challenger, it looks like there by the champ. And the champ right now really going to town. Right on the challenger as Meliodas is really fighting back here. He's got against a 250-pounder. And a big right hand to the face. And Meliodas returns it. Into a flat over DDT on the concrete. My God, that was brutal. Meliodas doing whatever it takes to survive. Bass Armstrong, the 250-pounder. But don't count out Meliodas' speed. He's got the speed factor. But don't forget, he is one tough son of a gun you don't want to mess with. Tell me about it here. And Bass slamming Meliodas' face off the barricade in this no-holds-barred sudden death rules match. And Bass right now back into the ring as Meliodas is doing whatever it takes. As Bass Armstrong really doing whatever it takes. As Armstrong bringing the captain of the Seven Deadly Sins back in. And whoa, Meliodas, what a way to nip up there. And a kick to the spine on the challenger who looks to be in trouble. And there's the massive clothesline. Here's the cover. Could the champion retain all right here? No, and Meliodas kicked out at 2.5. And Bass is arguing with the referee, saying that was a 3 count. Referee says, no, that was a 2 count. Referee calling his job down the line any way he can, and there's the bicycle kick. Cover. And a 3 count, and Bass Armstrong is still the pro wrestling champion. Bass Armstrong surviving Meliodas that time. He may have gotten off lucky with that TKO on the outside, damaging the challenger. But he's got one more challenger to date this Friday, no doubt about it. But that bicycle kick did the damage. My God. Here's your winner, and still the TNW Pro Wrestling Champion, Bass Armstrong. Bass Armstrong surviving Meliodas tonight, but this one is far from over from these two men, I'll tell you. Well, not bad so far, though. On the other hand, things have really heated up here in Portland, Oregon from this TNW Pro Wrestling Championship match. And no doubt about it, folks, we're not even done here yet, because coming up next, Ash Ketchum defending the TNW Wounded War title. And I gotta say, though, oh, wait a minute. Oh my goodness, it's against the Brian Kendrick, who's here in the building for one night only. No doubt about it, the Brian Kendrick versus Ash Ketchum. That matchup is huge, and it's next.